जय राधा माधव जय कुंज बिहारी जय जय राधा माधव जय कुंज बिहारी जय गोपी जन वल्लभा जय गिरिवर धारी जय गिरिवर धारी जय गोपी जन वल्लभा जय गिरिवर धारी जय गिरिवर धारी यशोदानंदन व्रज जन रंजन यशोदानंदन व्रज जन रंजन यशोदानंदन व्रज जन रंजन यमुना तीरा वनचारी यमुना तीरा वनचारी जय राधा माधव जय कुंज बिहारी जय जय राधा माधव जय कुंज बिहारी हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya. Prabhupada, 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 Prabhupada. Prabhupada, 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 Prabhupada. Jai O Vishnupad Paramahansa's Divine Grace. A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Jai Ho Vishnupad Paramahansa's Divine Grace. Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj Prabhupada Ki Jai. Anant Koti Vaishnavinda Ki Jai. Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Jai. Prem Se Kaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai. Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopa Gopinath Shyama Kundu Radha Kundiri Govardhan Ki Jai. Shri Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai. Shri Mathura Dham Ki Jai. Jagannath Puri Dham Ki Jai. Ganga Mai Ki Jai. Ganga Mai Ki Jai. Tulsi Devi Ki Jai. Bhakti Devi Ki Jai. Samved Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai. Ram Sankirtan Ki Jai. Bhiyad Midanga Ki Jai. Gaur Premanandi Hari Hari Gaur. All glories to Sambhava devotees. Hare Krishna. All glories to Sambhava devotees. Hare Krishna. All glories to Sambhava devotees. Hare Krishna. All glories, all glories, all glories to Shri Guru and Gauranga. All glories to Shri Prabhupada. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. We're going to continue our study of Srimad Bhagavatam, 10th canto, 54th chapter, verse 40. This chapter is marriage of Rukmini to Krishna to Rukmini. Kshatriyanam ahayam dharma Prajapati vinirmita Bhratapi bhrataramhanyat Yena goratamastata Kshatriyanam ayam dharma Prajapati vinirmita Bhratapi bhrataram hanyat Yena goratamastata Kshatriyanam ayam dharma Prajapati vinirmita Bhratapi bhrataram hanyat येन घोरतमस्तथा प्रजापति निर्मिता तथापि परातन्मन्यात् येन घोरतमस्तथा क्षत्रियाणामनन्तर्मा येन घोरतमस्तथा क्षत्रियाणामयं धर्मः प्रजापतिर्निर्मिता भ्रातरपि भ्रातरं हन्यात् येन घोरतमस्तथा. Since the ladies are not so Kshatriyanam dharma Prajapati vinirmita Bratapi brataram nanyat Yena gauratamastata. Kshatriyanam dharma Prajapati vinirmita Pratapi brataramanya Yena gauratamastata. Kshatriyanam dharma Prajapati vinirmita Bratapi brataram hanyat Yena gauratamastata. Word for word meaning. Kshatriyanam of warriors. I am. This dharma, code of sacred duty. Prajapati, by the original progenitor, Lord Brahma. Vinirmita, established. Brata, a brother. Api, even. Brataram, his brother. Hanyat, has to kill. Yena, by which code? Ghoratama, most terrible. Tatha, therefore. Translation and purport by disciples of Srila Prabhupada. Jai Srila Prabhupada. Turning to Rukmini, Balaram continued. The code of sacred duty of warriors established by Lord Brahma enjoins that one may have to kill even his own brother. That is indeed a most dreadful law. Please repeat. Turning to Rukmini, Balaram continued. The code of sacred duty for warriors established by Lord Brahma enjoins that one may have to kill even his own brother. That is indeed a most dreadful law. Purport. Lord Balaram, in the interest of fairness, is giving a complete analysis of the situation. Although one should not kill a relative, there are extenuating circumstances according to military code. In the American Civil War, which took place in the 1860s, many families were divided between the army of the North and that of the South. And thus, fratricidal killing unfortunately became a common effect. Such killing is certainly Ghoratma, most dreadful. Yet, such is the nature of the material world, where duty, honor, and so-called justice often create conflict. Only on the spiritual platform, in pure Krishna consciousness, can we transcend the unacceptable pain of material existence. Rukmi was maddened by pride and envy, and thus could not understand anything about Krishna or Krishna consciousness. Om Jnanatimandasya Jnananjana Salakya Chakshuranitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Iti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Desatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasati Gaur Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So the verse again. Kshatriyanam ayam dharma prajapati vinirmita bhratapi bhrataram dhanya yena ghora tamastata. Turning to Rukmini, Balaram continued. The code of sacred duty of warriors established by Lord Brahma enjoins that one may have to kill even his own brother. That is indeed a most dreadful law. So it says that the nature of the material world is such that duty, honor, and so-called justice often conflict. That's what's in the purport there. It says only on the spiritual platform, in pure Krishna consciousness, can we transcend the unacceptable pain of material existence. And Rukmi here, in this chapter, is maddened with pride and envy, and he could not understand anything about Krishna or Krishna consciousness. Before we continue, I'm just going to quickly read through the tikas of the Goswamis. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says, he speaks again to Rukmini, who was saying in her mind, your younger brother does not know this rule. In the previous verse and this verse, Lord Balaram is trying to tell Krishna and trying to show Rukmini that, everything that's happening is okay and it'll be okay. And one should not be killing a brother, or in this case, a brother-in-law. But she's thinking, the younger brother, younger brother, it's Krishna, he doesn't know the rule. One should even kill one's brother. That is the rule of the scriptures. But that's what Balaram is really saying there. What to speak then of the brother-in-law who is so wild? And then Jiva Goswami says, since she still did not give up her greed, he again tried to enlighten her by showing Swadharma of Kshatriyas. This dharma, because it has been created by Brahma, this means it is directed by the Vedas. Therefore, Tatha, this is a terrible rule since it involves killing a brother. Sridhar Swami agrees with this meaning. So, what's happening here? Krishna Krishna punished Rukmi by basically tying him up and shaving his, basically like his hair, like his mustache, he shaved half, and then he created some patterns on his head instead of just a nice simple shaving. So it was very demeaning to Rukmi. And it is said that a Kshatriya who has been insulted in this way, he prefers to be killed rather than be demeaned. So Balaram basically is saying to Krishna, just let him be. You've already humiliated him enough. You don't need to kill him, even though Brahma's Kshatriya Dharma allows you to kill somebody who's so vile, who's so terrible, like Rukmi is. And so there is the material dharma, which we see all around us all the time, where everybody is really about himself, taking care of himself, going after the riches, the power, and they don't really care how they get it. There are, in India, the wealth has really multiplied, especially in the whole real estate boom. It's had real estate boom forever. The houses that were, they're like 100 times what they were when we were little, when we were growing up. So there's been such a multiplication of real estate boom that brothers are fighting with each other, are cheating each other, trying to lay hands on the parents' properties, because it's about material wealth. And this is not, it's not something unique. I can tell you one story. There's like hundreds of stories, and just about every family, every home has experienced it. And then sometimes when it's not the brother or family member, it is somebody from outside who sees opportunity. Everybody's after opportunity for wealth and power. And in most cases, wealth seems to mean power. So whether it's in India or whether it's in America, American politics, you see that every day. People exerting power by wealth, and laws being made based on the wealth and who pads how many pockets, kind of a thing. So that is the material dharma of today. But in fact, there are rules for that. And in I think in the like 2nd century or something, first Chanakya, Prabhupada quotes Chanakya sometimes. And there is the Chanakya Niti. And Chanakya was a very learned minister of King Chandragupta. So he wrote down what is called Chanakya Niti, which is basically rules for material living. But at this time, no one remembers those, or no one, mostly don't follow. Because if one did follow those, they would still be according to the Vedic Dharma. They would follow the Vedas and the Dharmas and did not have just random thoughts and desires governing what the actions are being taken. And so those are called the Artha Dharma. So that's material Dharma. And then there is the spiritual Dharma. And right through Bhagavad Gita, and the Vedas summarized in the Bhagavad Gita. There is the spiritual dharma, step by step, how to make spiritual progress. And we see that with when Arjuna, influenced by his material relations, his Kshatriya thought, he is giving up his duty, his arms, and refusing to fight his brothers and his uncles and his guru. And Krishna then teaches him what his spiritual dharma is, what is his duty, and what are the steps he could take. But whatever he does, whichever step along the way he takes, it is according to Krishna's desire. And that is the spiritual dharma. But then, the ultimate dharma of a human being is the transcendental dharma, which Krishna summarizes at the end of Bhagavad Gita. The transcendental goals, transcendental dharma is Sarv Dharman Parityaja Mam Ekam Sharanam Aham Tvam Papebhyo Mokshasyami Masucha. Krishna says, just forget about everything I've told you so far. Forget about all dharmas. Just completely surrender unto me. And abandon all variety of religion, surrender unto me. And in return, what will I do? I shall deliver you from all sinful reactions. Do not fear. So if you surrender to me, you have no fear. And I will, it's perfect, and I will lead you. I will deliver you, and I will basically, Krishna says, I will get you my love, which is the ultimate goal. And where Bhagavad Gita ends is where Srimad Bhagavatam begins. In the second verse of Srimad Bhagavatam, it says, Dharma Projita Ketavo Atra Parmo Nirmatsaram Sata. Vedayam Vastavam Atra Vastu Shivadam Tap Triyon Mullana. Srimad Bhagavate Mahamuni Krite Kim Va Parayar Ishvara Sadhyo Hidi Avayudyat Atra Kritibi Shushubhi Tat Shana. It's amazing. We've been spending all this time with Amarendra Prabhu in the last few days. And he can just, sing these verses, recite these verses. We have to think and slowly speak them the way we can. So that is limitation of a lot of us, me especially. But in this verse, it said, completely rejecting all religious activities. That's what Sarv Dharman Parityaja. Okay? Which are materially motivated. Okay? This Bhagavad Purana propounds the highest truth, which is understandable by those devotees who are fully pure in heart. The highest truth is reality distinguished from illusion for the welfare of all. Such truth uproots the threefold miseries. This beautiful Bhagavatam, compiled by the great sage Vyasadeva in his maturity, is sufficient in itself for God realization. What is the need of any other scripture? As soon as one attentively and submissively hears the message of Bhagavatam, by this culture of knowledge, the Supreme Lord is established within his heart. That's why Prabhupada established this practice of Bhagavatam every morning. Every morning. So that's really the Dharma. So here, in this verse, Lord Balaram is saying, he's talking about the Kshatriya Dharma and saying, back off, it's okay, he's already been insulted, let's just go. But his Rukmi, who has no idea of who Krishna is, what's Krishna consciousness, and he just doesn't get it. And Lord Brahma, going forward, he talks about, trying to help Rukmini deal with her grief. He shares all this knowledge. And in the purport for 1866, Prabhupada says, the Lord has described various kinds of knowledge and process of religion. He's talking, this is like 1866 Bhagavad Gita. So this is the end of Bhagavad Gita. And Prabhupada is saying, all along, the Lord has described various kinds of knowledge and process of religion. Knowledge of the Supreme Brahma, knowledge of the Super Soul, knowledge of different types of orders, status of social life, knowledge of the renounced order of life, knowledge of non-attachment, sense and mind, control, meditation, etc., etc. He is described in so many ways different type of religion. When he says religion here, he means Dharma. Now, in summarizing Bhagavad Gita, the Lord says that Arjuna should give up all the processes that have been explained to him. He should simply surrender to Krishna. That surrender will save him from all kinds of sinful reactions. But the Lord personally promises to protect him. So, Prabhupada has further said that according to devotional service process, devotional process, one should, understand that following all the religious practices, principles, should really ultimately lead us to devotional service of the Lord. We are just so fortunate that Prabhupada, though he taught us everything Krishna said, Bhagavad Gita, and he's showed us clearly what the processes are, what really is the karma, what is karma yoga, what is jnana yoga, what is dhyana yoga, all of the things. He's given it to us as it is, and then he's purported, and it's just so clear. But Prabhupada never told us to follow any of them. He gave us Lord Chaitanya's movement, which is this last verse, 1866, surrender. And the first verse of Bhagavatam, give up all material related dharmas, give them all up and surrender to Krishna. And then follow the whole process in Bhagavatam. There is everything in Bhagavatam to follow that we can attain love of Krishna, which is highest goal, but it is also demonstrated to the fullest by Lord Chaitanya. So Bhagavatam leading us into Chaitanya Charitamrita, which shows how to implement the Bhagavatam, essentially. Lord Chaitanya is personification of bhakti, of Krishna consciousness. And by understanding or attempting to understand Lord Chaitanya, we can get to the love of God. There's hope for us. There's hope for us. And since we're talking about Rukmini and Krishna's love affair in marriage, this was very nice yesterday. Amrin Prabhu talked about this a little bit, and I thought it would be wonderful to share that with you all. Some of you were there, some of you were not, and of course I can't tell it like he can, but the essence was like when Rukmini wrote to Krishna, actually before we go there, Rukmini, like a number of devotees throughout Bhagavatam, was born in an environment that was not conducive to bhakti. Did not have Krishna consciousness, like Prahlad Maharaj. He was not born in an environment that could actually, increase his bhakti. He was surrounded by demoniac nature, but he could handle it. And there's a number of, in the interest of time, I'm going to go to Rukmini. So Rukmini was brought up in a family that had 5 brothers, which was, and they were all inimical to Krishna. It was like, Rukmini was the oldest one. That's who Krishna has just insulted. Rukmart, Rukmabhahu, Rukmakesh, and Rukmanetra were the other 4 elder brothers. She's the youngest. And so she's surrounded by these people who are totally against Krishna consciousness. Rukmini wants her to marry Shishupal, who's totally demonic. And the only good thing was that there was in her life, there is a Brahmana who was telling her stories of Krishna. It's like Bhagavad, like a person Bhagavad. We have Srimad Bhagavad, but there's a person Bhagavad who knows all about Krishna, and he's sharing all of that. And just hearing about Krishna, she develops love for Krishna in her heart. And then when she writes to Krishna, she tells him how she feels. She tells him that she wants to be rescued from this marriage with Shishupal. And she says, I don't deserve you, Krishna. I really don't deserve you. I have no qualifications for you. But I desire you. I so desire to serve you. And that call, desire to serve him in marriage, speaks to Krishna. So he comes to her rescue. And Prabhu talked about how these 5 brothers can be considered like our 5 senses, always, giving us all these opportunities to be against Krishna consciousness. They're attracting us to various material pleasures. And he said, Shishupal is like mind, kind of deviating us. So every time the mind is telling us, when you want to wake up at 4:30 in the morning and 3:30 in the morning to come for 4:30, Mangala Arati, the mind is saying, it's okay. You need your sleep. Let's go to sleep. Yeah. But when we have the strong desire to see Krishna, to come to the morning program, to chant the Lord's name, to listen to the Bhagavatam, to have darshan of the Lord, when we have that strong desire, we can take Sishupal, the mind away, and actually accomplish this. So we need to be having this strong desire for Krishna. It doesn't matter whether we deserve him or not. Most of us don't deserve him at all. But we are very fortunate to be in the movement of somebody who deserves it. Lord Chaitanya, Srila Prabhupada. And just following them, just remembering them, just knowing what they have done for us. Lord Chaitanya, distributing Srila Prabhupada, bringing it to each of us. And speaking to us every day through his actions. Having come to the West and distributed love of Krishna, he's made us eligible to desire Krishna at least, desire to serve Krishna, desire to want to serve Krishna's devotees, because Krishna is happiest when we serve Krishna's devotees. So that's the ultimate dharma that we need to be going after. And I'm sorry, I thought I could raise for questions, but thank you very much. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Shri Shri Dada Goloka Nand ki jai. Go Premanandi Hari Hari Bol.
Purusham Kamaham Bhajami Govindam Adi Purusham Kamaham Bhajami Govindam Adi Purusham Kamaham Bhajami Samasitam Buddha Sundarangam Kandar Bhagom Vidamaniya Vishesha Shobham Govindam Adi Purusham Samaham Bhajami Govindam Adi Purusham Kamaham Bhajami Govindam Adi Purusham Kamaham Bhajami Angani Yasa Sakale pritimanti pasyanti panti kayanti Chiram naganti Ananda Chinmaya Sadhu Jalam Vigrahasya Govindam
Adipurusham Amaham Bhajami
Govindam Adipurusham Namaham Bhajami Govindam Adipurusham Namaham Bhajami Govindam Adipurusham Namaham Bhajami Govindam Adipurusham Namaham Bhajami Govindam Adipurusham Namaham Bhajami Govindam Adipurusham Namaham Bhajami Govindam Adipurusham
Jeev jago Gaura Chandra bole Gaura Chandra Kota Nindra Jamaya Pishachira Kole Bajibo Bolia Eshe Samsara Bitore Bulia rohile tumi havidyara bare Tomare loite ami hoinu avatara Ami bina banduara Keache tomara Enichia Saudi Maya Nasibaro lagi Hari Nama Mahamantra Lao Tumi Magi Bhakti Vinoda Prabhu Charane Pariya Sharane Hariya Se Hari Nama Mantra Lo Elo Magiya Jeev Jago Gora Chandra Bole Kota Nidra Jao Maya Pishachira Kole Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Radha Goloka Nanda Shri Radhe. Jaya Giri Govardhan, Jaya Giri Govardhan, Jaya Giri Govardhan, Jaya Shri Vrindavan Dham. Jaya Radhe, Jaya Radhe, Jaya Radhe, Jaya Shri Radhe. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Gurudev, 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev, 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev. Wake up, sleeping soul, wake up, sleeping soul. How long will you sleep in the lap of the witch called Maya? You have forgotten the way of devotional service and are lost in the cycle of birth and death. I have descended just to save you. I am your only true friend. Other than me, what friend do you have? I have brought the medicine that will wipe out the disease of illusion from which you suffer. Take this great chant for deliverance, Maha Mantra, the names of Hari. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, falling at the Lord's lotus feet, takes shelter of the Hari Nama Mantra, the Lord's holy names. Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur ki jai. Shri Shri Radha Golokananda ki jai. Jito Darpana Marjanam Varni Nirvapanam Shreya Kairava Chandrika Vitaranam Vidyavadu Jivanam Anandam Buddhi Vardhanam Pratipadam Purnam Swadanam Sarvatma Snapanam Varam Vijayate Shri Krishna Sankirtanam Nam Namakari Bahuda Nija Sarva Shaktis Tatra Nitami Amita Smarane Nakala Eta Drasita Vakriva Bhagavan Mamapi Durdaiva Midrishami Yanina Nuraga Trinadapi Sunichena Tarurapi Sahishnuna Amanina Manadena Kirtaniya Sadhari Nadanam Nadanam Nasundarim Pavitam Va Jagadisha Kamaye Mama Janmani Janmanishvare Pavatad Bhakti Rayutuki Twai Ainanda Tanuja Kinkaram Patitamam Vishame Bhavam Buddho Vipaya Tava Para Pankaja Stita Duri Satrishtam Vinchintaya Nayanam Galara Srudaraya Vadanam Gadgada Rudargira Pulakar Nichitam Bahupada Tava Namagrahane Bhavishyati Yugayitam Nimeshena Chakshusha Pravishayitam Sunyayitam Jagat Sarvam Govinda Vidahena Me Asisha Vapararatam Panastumam Adarshanam Marmahatam Karutova Yatatava Vidadatalam Mat Pranatastu Saevana Paraha. Victory to the Sri Krishna Sankirtan, which cleanses the heart of all the dust accumulated for years and extinguishes the fire of conditional life, of repeated birth and death. This Sankirtan movement is the prime benediction for humanity at large, because it spreads the rays of the benediction moon. It is the life of all transcendental knowledge. It increases the ocean of transcendental bliss and enables us to fully taste the nectar for which we are always anxious. O my Lord, benedictional chanting of your holy name alone can render all benediction to living beings, and thus you have hundreds and millions of names like Krishna and Govinda. In these transcendental energies, there are not even hard and fast rules for chanting these names. O my Lord, out of kindness you enable us to easily approach you by your holy names, but I am so fortunate that I have no attraction for them. One should chant the holy name of the Lord in a humble state of mind, thinking oneself lower than the straw in the street. One should be more tolerant than a tree, devoid of all sense of false prestige, and should be ready to offer all respects to others. In such a state of mind, one could chant the holy name of the Lord constantly. O Almighty Lord, I have no desire to accumulate wealth, nor do I desire women, nor do I want any number of followers. I only want your causeless devotional service, birth after birth. O Son of Maharaj Nanda Krishna, I am your eternal servitor, yet somehow or other I have fallen into the ocean of birth and death. Please pick me up from this ocean of death and place me as one of the atoms at your lotus feet. O my Lord, when will my eyes be decorated with tears of love flowing constantly when I chant your holy name? When will my voice choke up, and when will the hairs of my body stand on end at the recitation of your name? O Govinda, feeling your separation, I am considering a moment to be like 12 years or more. Tears are flowing from my eyes like torrents of rain, and I am feeling your absence. I'm vacant in the world in your absence. I know no one but Krishna as my Lord, and he shall remain so even if he handles me roughly by his embrace, or makes me broken-hearted by not being present before me. He is completely free to do anything and everything, for he is always my worshipful Lord. unconditionally. Shri Shiksastakam ki jai, Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ki jai. Radha Golokananda ki jai.